Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Now I have got some footage to show you of new Babbage on Microtech today. Now I would have liked to have gotten some better footage, but the last few times I've actually tried to visit Microtech, I've experienced a little bit of a bug, problems with the engine control on the 600i. Not sure if it was a server issue or a bug, but I've got some footage of new Babbage at night time, and even at night the city looks very impressive indeed. And as we go through the footage, we will actually see the sunrise on Microtech over new Babbage. The only thing I would say, if you do actually pilot a larger ship around new Babbage, be careful with the buildings, because I did manage to actually clip one of those buildings and damage my ship. But then that's probably says something about my standard of piloting. So as we fly around the new Babbage here, we can see the impressive visuals, the buildings. It really is impressive indeed. The actual new Babbage landing zone is of course not ready yet. I hope to get some closer shots of that in some future videos, but for now it's not a landing zone, it's actually closed, and it will be open in 3.9. They've still got some finishing to do to that. Now I guess that probably means that missions on Microtech may well be a little bit sparse, unless there's some type of delivery missions involving maybe caves, because I'm not sure whether there's caves on Microtech, but I don't see why not, unless they're waiting for 3.9 as well. There is of course the new 890 jump mission in the vicinity of Microtech, where you have to liberate a 890 jump which has been taken over by the bad guys, so that's available, I believe. Now, like everybody else, we're all waiting for 3.8 to go live. Maybe in a day or two they get some further testing done. There's obviously a few glitches still, but I suspect that they will push it out before the Christmas holiday kicks in to full swing. Now for me, server performance has been pretty good, pretty stable in the current build. Now I've yet to see any increase in player counts. I've got a feeling that they won't go over 50 players until server-side OCS is a little bit more refined than what it is at the moment, because this is the first iteration. But maybe they'll do some further testing in the next day or two. But for now, performance seems pretty good overall. Now you can actually land on some of the buildings in new Babbage, and you can even try that with a ship as large as the 600i. So that's what I did here. Now of course you can actually walk around on top of these buildings and experience the weather effects, and you can see the actual effects of the weather on your helmet display. You can see the particles of snow and water obviously melting on your helmet visor. You can also experience walking in some snow and leaving some footprints as well, which is quite nice to actually do. Can't build a snowman yet, I don't think. And of course, being on top of the building was the perfect place to see the sun rising on Microtech over New Babbage. And there's some really great new music as well by Pedro Camacho for Microtech. So have a quick listen and watch the sun rise. Now there are doors you can enter on top of these buildings, but at the moment you can only get into the airlock. So maybe in the future you'll be able to traverse further down into some of these buildings. Of course it's great to see New Babbage at night, but it looks even better when the sun comes up, as you can see with this 360 shot from on top of the building here, and you can see the damage on my 600i because I actually flew into one of these buildings. Maybe a smaller ship is a better vehicle to fly around New Babbage in, but really is impressive. And I've only actually scratched the surface of Microtech because it's not all frozen. There's different biomes. There's actually some trees and actually grass and flowers on Microtech. It's a big planet, not totally frozen everywhere, but this is really impressive, and there's a lot more to come from Microtech, I'm sure, in the future. Now if you're really pining to see some snow at Christmas and make it a white Christmas, New Babbage is the place to come to. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon. Bye for now.